What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another review. This time we're taking a look at Men in Black, directed by Barry Sonnenfeld, starring Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith. Men in Black is based off the Malibu comics of the same name, which is also a subsidiary of Marvel Comics. I bet many people never knew that Men in Black is actually a Marvel movie. Okay, with all that out of the way, let's talk about Men in Black. I can talk about this movie for a grossly long time. I love the first Men in Black movie. I remember seeing this movie in theaters. I remember trying to see this movie on opening day, and the theater was so sold out. People needed to sit on the floor. That's how popular this movie was when it first came out. And almost 25 years later, I still love Men in Black. This is a damn good, fun science fiction movie that pays tribute to its comic book origins, but doesn't make fun of it. And I think Barry Sonnenfeld was the perfect choice for this film because he gives this movie a comic book like feel to it. Not only that, it's backed by Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones, who are just absolutely phenomenal in this movie. This came out at the height of Will Smith's popularity in Hollywood. As Agent J, he's outstanding. Tommy Lee Jones as the grizzled veteran who is training Jay to be his replacement, absolutely fantastic. The chemistry between Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones as Agents J and K is outstanding. These two work so well off one another. The camaraderie that develops between these two is real, and you feel that they actually form a good friendship throughout this entire movie. Not only that, they're backed by an outstanding cast that includes Vincent D'Onofrio, Linda Florentino. If I have any criticism of this movie, I think Linda Florentino's character of Dr. Weaver, I think she's underutilized in a lot of areas. She doesn't really become a main focus until the third act of the movie, where she actually gets kidnapped by the bug alien, and she actually gets to have the kill shot. And at the end, she becomes part of the MIB. But up to that, her scenes are kind of peppered all throughout. I mean, the movie kind of sort of teases a romance between Jay and Weaver, but doesn't really go anywhere. I mean, I would have just done it just to give Weaver something more to do. But the scenes that she does have, I thought she was actually really good. And I actually thought her and Will Smith have decent chemistry with one another when they're actually on screen. I think it's actually a shame that Florentino and Jones don't really share that much screen time together. But I would like to see how her stoic, just deadpan attitude would have bounced off Tommy Lee Jones's performance in this movie. We didn't get that. I mean, it's not a fatal flaw. It's just a little nitpick that I have. Other than that, I thought Florentino was fine in the role. This movie boasts a boatload of cameos from Tony Shalhoub as Jeeves, a pawn shop alien who has one of the most memorable scenes and lines in the entire movie. He's great. Frank the Pudge, a classic character. The scene where Kay is strangling Pudge strangling Frank to get some answers is hilarious. You know, you have Zed played by Rip Torn, and I love the character of Zed is cool. I like Rip Torn in the movie. I thought he was great in it too. As I already mentioned, you have Vincent D'Onofrio, who plays the villain, who is an alien bug. I liked his performance. I like how Vincent D'Onofrio plays the same character as two different characters. When we first see him as human Edgar, he's an abusive ass to his wife. And then when the bug alien crashes down on Edgar's farm, the bug pretty much assumes his identity, and it's a completely different performance. He's now trying to act as Edgar, but at the same time trying to search for his goal of getting the galaxy, which is on Orion's belt. I think Vincent D'Onofrio as the villain puts on a very underrated performance, and I actually think he is really, really funny in the role. And he does come across as menacing, and I do like the overall look of the intergalactic cockroach. It looks just downright ridiculous, and it's great. I enjoyed it a lot. The story for this movie is really, really simple. Pretty much, Agent K is trying to find his replacement, and he sees that in Jay. While training Jay, they have to take down an intergalactic space bug who wants to destroy the world, who wants to destroy everything. You know, the plot for this movie is bone simple, but that's not why this movie is so memorable and so good. As I'd already mentioned, it's the character interactions, it's the writing of these characters. Barry Sonnenfeld and Ed Solomon have a good grasp on this movie's humor and on this movie's character development, and every character Chapter has a chance to sign. Linda Florentino, she has a chance to sign. Jay and Kay, they're the focal points, and their chemistry is outstanding. Jay trying to pretty much assimilate into the MIB world is fantastic. The memorable scene where he goes to the MIB headquarters for the first time. He has to take a test, and then and then they do like a shooting range exercise, and he shoots the cardboard cutout of a little girl, and then he tries to justify why. It's hysterical. This movie has the neuralizer, which is a running joke throughout this entire movie, and it gets to the point where Jay's like, "How many times have you neuralized me?" It's just funny, good stuff. I mean, I don't have a whole lot of bad to say with the original Men in Black. Like I said, I could talk about this movie forever. From a directorial standpoint, this movie is brilliantly done. From a cinematography standpoint, it's a fantastic looking movie. The blend of practical makeup effects and CGI, to me, it works. I mean, yeah, the CGI can be a little bit dated now, but it's not overly done, and it looks good for what it is. The characters are memorable. This movie's full of funny moments and lines. Agent K, I don't think gets enough credit for actually being a fully formed character and well developed. Tommy Lee Jones plays K as this grizzled, grumpy veteran, but he has a human side to him, because we find out that as a young kid, he was drafted into the MIB, and he had to give up his life, which means he had to give up the woman he loved. And there's this beautiful, tender scene where he's looking up his girlfriend that he wants to be with, and it actually plays into the end where Kay reveals why he chose Jay as his replacement, and Jay neuralizes him, allowing Kay to go pretty much have the life that he never had for 35 years. So yeah, like Kay has a really good story to himself. When his character gets broken down, you find out that he just wants to have the life that he never had, and it's actually really beautifully done. And the music by Danny Elfman really emphasizes that, and it's a very, very, very cool, tender scene, and also Jay and Kay have a nice, memorable exchange as well, where Kay almost refuses to want to talk about it in a way. It's well done. It's brilliantly done. So, yeah. Obviously, there's a lot more to talk about with Men in Black, but those are just my overall thoughts on this film. Overall, I love Men in Black. I think this movie is great. It gets a 9 out of 10 for me. So, yeah, those are my thoughts on Men in Black. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. Like this video and subscribe, and I will check you back next time for more.